Mojo in the Morning Show. So for those that don't know, like our children's names and stuff like that, I'm going to tell you, Mike has two beautiful kids. He's got his daughter, Cecily, who is, just completed first grade, right?
Yep, she's 7.
7 years old. Mm-hmm. And then he's got his little guy, man, his
man.
A big guy.
So cute.
Milo, who, how old's Milo now?
He's going to be 2 this weekend.
And Milo, that little crazy son of a bee, huh?
I'm sure everybody's kid has done something that's you're just like, man, that was really creepy. My son is just started to, my buddy has just started to, he figured out how to hop out of the crib. And we're almost, we're almost to that stage where we're starting to think about a big kid bed, but you kind of wait until and feel it out. And I think we figured out our moment. We have a Nest Cam in his room too, and he like hops over the edge of the crib and then like just starts running around. And he did it the other night for the first time. And the Nest Cam usually catches it, and we'll get up and we'll put him back in bed and all that stuff. But the Nest Cam, the first time he did it, the Nest Cam didn't go off, and I just happened to get out of bed. It was the middle of the night. I happened to get out of bed, and I walked downstairs to grab a cup of water or something. I didn't even know what I was doing. And again, had I not walked downstairs, this would have never happened. And I don't even know what would have happened. And he is sitting in the middle of the kitchen, not doing anything at all, just sitting there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, does he know he's there? And I'm like, hey, bud. And he goes, apple?
Oh, he went
wanted an apple. And he was just sitting there waiting. And I'm like, and I like freaked out more than he did. He didn't even care. But I'm like, oh my, like what would have happened?
Did it scare the crap out of you?
Yes. Yeah. I was terrified. What if he walked I think I know most of our doors are locked, but there's place he can reach door handles now. Like he can, I don't know what, like we're freaked out now. We have to get a gate to block it and figure out how we're going to keep him in there. But like keep him in the crib until we figure out a big kid bed situation. But
I would be fearful of that. We were at our neighbor's house, Brittany and John's house, and their little girl, Brooke, who's 2 years old, can now figure out how to open and close the front door.
Yeah.
And I keep telling these guys they need to put like a lock or something up top.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be one of these days she knows how to get to our house.
Yeah.
We live like 4 houses away from them. There's going to be one of these days where she's going to be like,
I had
gone.
to turn the chime on my alarm so that anytime the door opens, I know, because Smith does the same thing. He runs across the street. His little buddy lives across the street. And
we had to put a slide
so
lock at the very top of the door, which looked really ugly on the front door, but our kids were escape artists. And
Mike, I never did this, but I did have friends that did it until they got like the big boy bed or whatever. They have like, they look like tents that you put on top of a crib. And
really?
You can zip them in.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's cool. I've
it's
never
actually
seen
like kind of cool looking, but it like goes on the top
Saran
of
wrap,
the crib.
just put a hefty bag
No, it really is. It's like a crib tent.
crib tent. I've never heard of
Yeah.
that.
How about zip ties? Have you thought about that?
No, it just looks like it's that. Like
you
kinda cool.
you tent them to the thing?
so then they can't get out because they're like zip.
Can they breathe in the
yes,
thing?
No, it's
It
totally
looks like a mosquito tent almost.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a short-term solution if
How
you're
about a
waiting
dog
for like
crate?
the big boy bed to come. You don't. Well, because it is like they can hurt themselves when they're crawling over or going down the stairs or whatever.
Are you worried that if you get him a big boy bed, that he's going to be getting in and out of that bed even more? Like you're going to have to, you have to like put things in front of his door that make noise or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what the Nest Cam was supposed to help with. Is like, I mean, in general, we wanted to make sure everything was okay, but. Yeah, it's random because like he is confident enough to do it and jump out now, but like there are times where he'll just stay in and he won't jump out, and so we're trying to figure out like the big boy bed situation, but like also we might have a little bit of time left, and if we jump into it fast, you're absolutely right. He's gonna run all over the place, and he's not even 2 yet. Like I don't know. It feels like he's moving fast.
Can he start your car?
Right. It feels like he's small too, so I wouldn't think he'd be able to even do that. But he's doing
Cheryl, what's up?
Yeah. Okay. So, Mojo, you guys are talking about that crib tent.
Yeah. Shannon was mentioning that.
Okay. So my son had one. He's 21 years old now, but when he was 9 months, he was learning how to walk really early because he had a brother to learn from. And let me just tell you, that kid learned how. So we bought a crib tent. and it's like a white meshy tent
Yeah.
that goes over the top, obviously. He learned how to put his finger in the inside of the zipper and go all the way around the tent and unzip himself. Then he crawled over the thing and then scaled down and jumped down. And he'd be like, Mom, can we go play? I'm like, what are we doing here?
And it's always
now.
it's always at like the middle of the night too, and then he'll just be standing in your room,
Oh.
just standing there. It's so creepy.
That's
You're
the
like,
worst part.
I'm like,
You wake up and they're lurching over you like a horror movie.
right, exactly. I was like, what is this kid doing? Yeah, 9 months old, he was learning how to do that. He was just crazy. We had to put locks on all the windows because we had a.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
So
Mhm.
his bedroom was up. He learned how to open the screen and look out and be like, "Hey, Mom!" I'm like,
Oh, wow.
Oh my
Wow.
God! Wow.
I don't care if they go out the window. I just don't want them eating my snacks in the cupboard.
Jada, what did your son do?
He was about a year and a half, maybe 2, and I went to the bathroom, and he decided while I was in the bathroom that he was going to leave. He got out the front door. By the time I got done, I come out. He's gone. I'm like, oh, my God. I run outside. He's walking down the street with a neighbor lady.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Mike's got to worry then, huh? He's got to be careful of this.
He really should because they are quick and sneaky
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, geez.
Especially those little boys.
Wow.
I know.
Thanks for the call. By the way, it's amazing that your kids will, at 2 years old, leave, go outside, do all this stuff. But then when they become 16, like my son, you can't even get him out of his room.
Right.
All he wants to do is sit in his room all
And
day.
then in their 20s, you can't get them to leave the house.